Welcome on into NFL Daily here from Chat Sports. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. I wanted to take a look and check in with all of the first round selections through the first 2 weeks of the 2025 NFL season. We're going to break down what each player has done, take a look at either injuries, how they're playing, and everything in between. So be sure to drop a like on this video, and let's recap what happened in round one of the 2025 NFL Draft. The Tennessee Titans, in no surprise, took Cam Ward. The Jags traded up to go and get Travis Hunter, and then the rest of the board fell as you see. Ted McMillan going to the Panthers in a surprising pick. I thought they were going to go defense. They ended up getting the best pure pass catcher. Kelvin Banks at number 9 overall. Were they Saints going to go Shador? Were they going to go with the pass catcher? They ended up going to the trenches. Colston Lovell in a top 10 tight end. Michael Williams at number 11. Jalen Walker, one of 2 edge rushers that the Atlanta Falcons drafted this year. And then you see Tyler Warren going to the Colts. Shamar Stewart, he has had quite the summer, if you ask me. Emeka Egbuka, a very, very fun player for Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Matthew Golden adding some pass-catching ability to the Packers offense. Or is he? We'll talk about that. Jackson Dart, the New York Giants, traded up with the Houston Texans to be able to go make 2 selections in the first round. And James Pierce Jr., the Atlanta Falcons, they followed suit and went back up and grabbed another edge rusher. Malachi Starks, Tyleek Williams, Maxwell Harrison, Jihad Campbell, Josh Simmons. You see it, how it went. So who has been the best and most impressive rookie thus far through 2 weeks? Again, we're putting this video out on Friday, so obviously there will be one Thursday night matchup, but through 2 weeks of football, who do you think has been the most impressive rookie so far? If you think it's been a second or third, fourth round pick, feel free to show them some love too. Now let's tell you about how Cam Ward, the first overall selection, has looked thus far. The Titans offense as a whole is just bad. Like, just for what it's worth, it's bad. He has been sacked quite a bit. He doesn't have much help when it comes to the pass-catching department and having weapons. 287 yards, 1 touchdown. He's showing flashes. He's showing the ability to make some of those throws. But Cam Ward just, quite frankly, has no supporting cast around him. He has an atrocious offensive line. So until Tennessee can figure out how to put the tools around Cam Ward to succeed, they are going to see him struggle. They're going to see their team struggle. And personally, I think Cam Ward has been really, really good, but they just need to put a better supporting cast around him. And I think that that's where the next few off seasons in Tennessee need to focus. Now, Travis Hunter, he's a really, really exciting player. Offense, defense. He's actually played 61% of offensive snap, 37% of defensive snaps, a grand total of 133. And there was a lot of conversation about, well, is he going to be just offense? Is he going to be just defense? How are they going to split that up? And Liam Cohen out in Duval is finding a nice way to get him involved on both sides. They're going to ramp up his usage as they continue his development. And for what it's worth, he hasn't done a ton as a receiver. He hasn't done a ton on the defensive side of the football. He hasn't made much of a major impact, but I'm telling you, give it some time because he's a very special player, very, very nice athlete, and I think that he has a bright, bright future in the National Football League. Really excited to see how he continues to grow and take form as a professional football player. Abdul Carter, first edge rusher off the board. He has been pretty solid for the Giants defensive line next to Dexter Lawrence. They have a pretty nice pass rush in New York, so for him to be cracking the rotation and be getting a lot of opportunities, that's what you would expect out of the 3rd overall selection. He also blocked a punt in week 1, which is pretty exciting if you ask me. I asked my guy Marshall Green what he thinks about him. He says it feels like a multi-sack game is coming. A 73.6 pass rush grade according to Pro Football Focus. Abdul Carter starting off hot. Needs to kick things up a little bit more, in my opinion. Will Campbell has been the best offensive tackle, arguably. Maybe not. It's kind of a hard conversation, kind of a tough one. It just depends on which players you like and which team you like. It's kind of a tough discussion. But all in all, I will say, for what it's worth, he's pass blocking grade is 10th in the National Football League. That's not just among rookies. That's all offensive tackles. That's among all players. It's the best among all rookies. He does have a little bit of a penalty issue, needs to clean that side of his game up. 3 penalties through 2 games. But you can see the Pro Football Focus grades, how he is shaking things out. 1 sack, 4 pressures allowed, and he is grading fairly well according to PFF. Mason Graham, he has been fairly quiet as a pass rusher, but he has been very, very good as a run stopper. The Browns defense right now, fun fact, they rank first in rushing yards per play and rushing yards per game. Mason Graham, a big contributor in that, four run stops here in 2025 through 2 games, 8 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, a very quality run defense grade from Pro Football Focus. Our host Joey O of the Browns Report says he is not a stat sheet stuffer quite yet, but he is disruptive. He makes good tackles and he splits the blockers very well. So Mason Graham has a bright future ahead of him. Ashton Jeanty, the running back out of Las Vegas. Hold on. I'm going to do my best Ashton Jeanty impression before the snap. Isn't that pretty fun? It was awesome. Yeah, it's kind of a habit that's been broken. It's a meme that everyone saw. But right now, for what it's worth, I don't think the statistics really tell the story of what Ashton Jeanty has done. If you want to go box score hunting, you'll see that it hasn't been all that impressive. But however, when you actually look at the tape, you peel back the silver and black curtain a little bit, you'll see that the Raiders have not been giving him any assistance. He has 84 rushing yards after contact, which is absolutely insane considering he has 81 rushing yards in total. 3 receiving yards, 26 of those after 26 yards after contact. And listen to this. There are currently 54 running backs with 10-plus carries. Ashton Jeanty right now ranks 54th with minus 0.1 yards before contact per average. So right now, the situation in Las Vegas is Ashton Jeanty's running well, but that initial contact, it's coming behind the line of scrimmage, and he's not getting any assistance. He's been elusive, just does not have much help. Now, Armand Membou, I think he has been the best offensive lineman as a rookie thus far in the season. Reminder, it's only 2 weeks, early check-in, but I still think that he's been really, really impressive. Pitched a shutout against one of the top pass rushers in the league in TJ Watt against Pittsburgh in week 1. He's played every single snap for the Jets offense thus far, already looking like he's a franchise right tackle. I think he's been very, very impressive. The Pro Football Focus grades show that as well. 0 penalties thus far, 0 sacks, only 3 pressures allowed. He's been really, really good. He's currently the 4th ranked among all offensive tackles in football, according to Pro Football Focus. He's playing good football. He's playing really, really good. Tet McMillan, he is clearly the best receiver in Carolina, and everyone was excited in Carolina to have Xavier Legette take over as a pass catcher. Well, guess what? Legette hasn't really been doing a ton. He hasn't been as reliable. Tet McMillan has been the leading force of the Panthers offense through 2 games. He leads all rookie wide receivers in receiving yards. He also has over 168 yards on the air, 15.3 yards per catch. Hasn't found the end zone quite yet, but I do think that he is a player who will find that very soon. And as the Panthers continue to grow and continue to take form, Tet McMillan is going to be Bryce Young's best friend moving forward for that offense. Now, I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. We post YouTube shorts. We go live. We post videos. And if you guys want to get the best content in the whole wide world, I highly encourage you to hit the sub button and turn on your notifications. And after this video, if you want to check out some more of our fun content, see the personalities of the office, I'm actually our social media coordinator. So go check out our YouTube shorts tab because we put out a lot of fun content. Just walk around stuff, who you got, people walking in the office, talking mess about other teams. It's a lot of fun. So I highly encourage you not just to subscribe for content like this, but also live content and YouTube shorts as well. Now let's talk about Kelvin Banks Jr., the offensive tackle that the New Orleans Saints selected number 9 overall. It's fair to say out in New Orleans that he has looked like a franchise left tackle already. Hasn't taken a snap off. He's been really, really reliable. Protecting Spencer Rattler, who has been fairly impressive to start this season, only allowed 1 sack versus Nick Bosa. And for what it's worth, it took until the very end of that game until Nick Bosa made a massive impact in that matchup in week 2. Now you can see the Pro Football Focus grades. He's currently the 37th highest overall grade among all offensive tackles. It's the 3rd highest among rookies. I think he's been pretty solid. 1 sack allowed, 8 pressures, and I think that he is going to be the bookend left tackle opposite of Talese Fuaga for the New Orleans Saints. Colston Loveland, he was a tight end selected at number 10 overall by the Chicago Bears. He played a lot of snaps for what it's worth. It's not like he isn't getting a lot of run. He's just not getting a lot of receiving production. He's on the field a ton, but he's been mostly used as a blocking tight end. And in Ben Johnson. He's been very transparent, saying that he plans on using tight ends more moving forward. The Bears have not really been that impressive thus far, and I think if Caleb Williams wants to start finding some success and start finding a groove early in the season, Colston Loveland should be a player that he gets involved in the offense as well as Ben Johnson. I can't speak today, Lopez. It's Friday morning. We're trying to have a good old time, and, we're trying to get you guys this content. So I want to tell you really quickly, we've gone through the top 10 picks. We're going to get to the next 22 selections here in just a second. This episode of NFL Daily is brought to you by Prize Picks, you and I, ladies and gentlemen. We make decisions every single day, but on Prize Picks, being paid can get you right. Don't miss on any of the excitement this season where you can get paid for having absolutely great ball knowledge. PrizePicks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. PrizePicks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this season. They also offer injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks won't count it as a loss. Now, I'm a Saints fan, and sure, we're not the best team in the whole National Football League. But I am here to tell you, I think you can make some money if you go ahead and lay down some projections on this right here. Chris Olave, more on his rushing and receiving touchdowns. Just got to find the end zone once. Hasn't done it yet. I think he will. JSN, same thing. I think he's going to find it. These are also demon selections, meaning it's a little bit harder to hit, but the payout much, much better. So it makes it 100% worth it. So check out all of this and more over on PrizePicks. Download the app today. Use code CLNS and you will get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Reminder, that's code CLNS when you download the PrizePicks app to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. All that information is available in the comments and description of this video. Shout out to PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. Now, Michael Williams, he's been kind of a little bit here and there. It's been quiet in week one, didn't have a ton of production, didn't do a ton, but in week two came on in a very, very strong fashion. He was so far been very disruptive as a run stopper. He's been moved around on the defensive line quite a bit by Robert Salah. So you're seeing him play defensive end on throwing downs. You're seeing him play defensive tackle more on the interior on those third downs, and you can see the production on your screen. Doesn't jump off, but 6 tackles, 4 stops. 6 tackles, 4 stops, 3 pressures. That is something that I think could be fairly good for Michael Williams. Tyler Booker, the offensive lineman that the Cowboys drafted in round 1, it's not like he's been bad. He's been solid. He's been okay. I want to make that explicitly clear. He hasn't been bad. He hasn't been great. He's just been solid. He's shown flashes, but he's clearly a starting caliber guard. He just needs to clean up the stunts, and he needs to clean up figuring out how to take down more experienced guys across the line of scrimmage. Because Tyler Booker, he is playing quality football for the Cowboys. I mean, the Pro Football Focus grades aren't going to really necessarily reflect that, but 6 pressures allowed, no penalties. He's played every snap at right guard for Dallas. They are a team that traditionally has had a phenomenal offensive line, so they're looking to obviously get back to that. Kenneth Grant, obviously, last night in Thursday Night Football, the Miami Dolphins fell short in what felt like a pretty scrappy game for Mike McDaniel's squad, but we're not here to talk about the team. We're here to talk about the rookie. Kenneth Grant did struggle against the Colts. He had a better game versus the Patriots, and for what it's worth, it's very, very obvious, like the critiques and the thoughts and the opinions around Kenneth Grant, that he's just kind of a one-dimensional player, just a run stopper. Like, that's pretty much what he is. He hasn't done much. He hasn't offered much as a pass rusher. Has not started off as hot as Dolphins fans would have liked, considering when he was drafted. But you can see the production on your screen right here. Kenneth Grant definitely needs to be a little bit more consistent, in my personal opinion. Now let's get over to Tyler Warren, a player that I took in my fantasy football team, and I'm very happy with him right now. He's been really, really impressive to start things off. The Colts as a whole, their team has just probably been the shocking storyline of the league. I mean, come on now. They've been amazing. Daniel Jones, how is he playing this good of football? Right here. Tyler Warren is a big factor in that regard. He's been very solid, leads the Colts in the receiving department. He's second in offensive yards, only behind Jonathan Taylor and obviously Daniel Jones. But, I mean, he has been really, really good. Not only has he contributed as a receiving threat, he also has 1 carry for 3 yards, so they're trying to kind of get him in a more versatile offensive weapon type role, not just a true just tight end. I think he's just a weapon. That's always been my thoughts on him. He did have a toe injury pop up this week. He did return to practice. He should be able to play, so we will obviously monitor that situation. But right now, he's 14th among all NFL players in receiving yards, 2nd among rookies. He leads all tight ends right now in receiving yards as well. So shout out to Tyler Warren having a really strong start. Jalen Walker, he has been really, really okay. Like, I want to make it very clear here, because the sack that he had against the Minnesota Vikings, it was one of those that it wasn't like late in the game. It was second quarter, but it was in a really opportune time for the Falcons defense that needed to stop. Jalen Walker came in and made a stop. He's had a really, really good display of showing off his strength and how powerful he is when he shoots off the line of scrimmage. The Falcons, they brought him in to help improve the pass rush. They also traded back into the first round to go and bring in James Pierce Jr. Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr., we'll talk about him in a little bit, but they have been pretty solid to start things off already for Atlanta. Now, Walter Nolan, offensive tackle coming out of Ole Miss. He suffered an injury in mid-July at team facilities, so he is on the PUP list, has not played. It will be eligible to make his return in his rookie debut, Week 5 versus the Titans at home. For what it's worth, interesting stat here, calf injuries have led to the Cardinals beginning their season with at least 1 first-round pick sidelined for the 2nd straight year. Pretty wild how that works out. Shamar Stewart, the biggest storyline in all of football over the entire summer. Let me tell you what, for a guy who had all of the attention of the world and all of the things going on, holding out during camp, contract negotiations, this, that, and the other, I mean, dude, it's just heartbreaking to see that he had to leave the Week 2 game with an ankle injury. He left team facilities in Cincinnati in a boot, so it doesn't seem like his start, off-season, summer training camp, all that stuff, that didn't start off too hot. And then we get into the football, and now he's dealing with an injury. It's obviously unfortunate. By all means, we're rooting for Shamar Stewart to succeed, but man, just a rocky start for him, cannot lie. Gray Zabel, on the other hand, has had a phenomenal start to his rookie career. Coming out of North Dakota State, he already seems like he is a very, very comfortable left guard. He's getting a lot of praise, not just from media, but from his teammates, his coaching staff, everyone around the Seahawks organization showing him a lot of love. He already is filling in nicely. It seems like this transition has gone seamless for him. Mike McDonald, the Seahawks head coach, saying, quote, "It doesn't feel like he's a rookie," which I think is really, really high praises for a rookie coming out of NDSU. Now, the Pro Football Focus grades, of course, you're going to see that, and you're not going to be like, oh my God, that's amazing, but 0 sacks, 0 penalties, 5 pressures. Sure, I think that that's pretty solid for a rookie. He also had really, really impressive preseason PFF grades. The regular season grades, however, they just don't reflect the tape that you're seeing on the field. Now, I want to hear from you in the comment section. Who should win Offensive Rookie of the Year and who should win Defensive Rookie of the Year? Let me know what you think. Should it be Cam Ward? Should it be like Ted McMillan, Tyler Warren? Maybe this next guy for Offensive Rookie of the Year. We'll talk about him in a second. Get in the comments. Share your thoughts. Emeka Egbuka. Man, I'll tell you what. As somebody who pays attention to the NFC South, I can tell you, just speaking for all of the NFC South, we were all really, really frustrated when the Buccaneers landed Emeka Egbuka because we all knew he was going to be good. We all knew he was going to be very, very impactful, and he has proved us all right. He has been very, very strong to start off a career. Again, just through 2 weeks, 13 targets, 8 catches, almost 100 yards. He's found the end zone 3 separate times in 2 games. Goodness gracious, this guy has been phenomenal. Baker Mayfield has been playing really good football. The Buccaneers are playing quality football right now. Emeka Egbuka, a big factor in that right now. And for what it's worth, he is questionable with a hip and groin injury for Week 3 versus the Jets. So if he's on your fantasy team, just kind of take a look at him, check in with them. But I do think that he is going to have a bright, bright future. Jahdae Barrett, he, on the other hand, excuse me, he hasn't had an amazing start, but it's not necessarily because he's like been playing poor football. The Broncos just haven't quite found out where the best spot for him is yet. Sean Payton needs to figure out, do they like him on the inside? Do they like him on the outside? Where are they going to line him up? Mostly he's been lined up in the slot and in the box, but he also has been getting some reps on the outside corner spot as well. So for what it's worth, Jahdae Barron, I think that he is a player who, as his role gets kind of ironed out, we'll see continue to get better. But I do think until that happens, we won't be seeing too much or talking too much about him. No disrespect, just the Broncos got to figure out where does he fit best on their defense. It's a great defense, and so I can imagine why it's taking some time to figure that out. Derek Harmon, I'll tell you what, I talked to my guy Jack Sperry. He said that he's really, really excited to see him take the field. He has not played yet due to an injury. Returned to practice this week, says he is ready when his number is called. He suffered an MCL sprain in the preseason, and so we obviously will see him return hopefully fairly soon. But I can tell you right now, the guys that are Steelers fans in your group text are probably getting really excited to see him take the field. Now, Marion Hampton, running back for the Chargers, he was really involved in week 1, played over 80% of snaps, 17 total touches. But then in week 2, he got severely toned back, and Najee Harris has started to take over a little bit more in that regard. He's seen a lot of opportunities inside the 10, has not found the end zone quite yet. In week 1, a 93.8% running back rush share, which is really, really high. But Hampton's touch share was halved from week 1 to week 2, and the efficiency dropped. So for Marion Hampton, he's still trying to beat out Najee Harris for more snaps, more opportunities. It's not like he hasn't gotten them, but he definitely needs to play better if he wants to be the lead back in LA. Now, Matthew Golden, for what it's worth, just basically hasn't done much. He's been pretty quiet for the most part. Lining up mostly out wide. He's getting some slot reps, 4 targets, 2 catches. He also did get 2 carries for 15 rushing yards, which is pretty interesting. But, yeah, he hasn't really been too involved. I think that he should be getting more opportunities, but, you know, what do I know? I just talk about football on YouTube. Donovan Jackson, he's been great to start off the season, but in week 2 had a little bit of a dip against the Atlanta Falcons. We obviously saw the Vikings offense struggle against the Falcons defense. For what it's worth, though, Donovan Jackson has been a bright spot in the passing game. He's been really efficient as a pass protector, and you can see the Pro Football Focus grades. No penalties thus far, 1 sack, only 4 pressures allowed. I like what Donovan Jackson's doing, and I think that he is a player who can continue to be a bright spot in protecting J.J. McCarthy. Jackson Dart, remember, the Giants traded back up with the Houston Texans to be able to go select their quarterback, potentially of the future. Brian Dable, coaching for his life right now. Russell Wilson is the QB1. Jackson Dart is the QB2. Jameis Winston is the QB3 for the New York Football Giants. We haven't seen him do much in the regular season. He has 1 rushing attempt, -3 yards. Call it what you want. But we saw some good stuff in the preseason. Like, I'm not going to sit here and talk too much about his regular season stuff because I haven't even really seen him do anything. But the preseason, though, he was good. 4 total touchdowns, 3 in the air, 1 on the ground, 6 carries, 52 rushing yards, 68% completion percentage, almost 400 total yards. I think that he is going to be really fun. And this guy's got aura. It's exciting to see him play with Malik Neighbors. And, of course, really, really eager to see him take the field and take over for Russell Wilson. Now, who do you think will be the best quarterback from this draft class? Will it end up being Cam Ward, Jackson Dart? Will it be second-round pick Tyler Shuck, Dylan Gabriel, or Shedeur Sanders? I mean, the Browns could have 2 guys to pick from. I want you to get in the comment section, share your thoughts. Who will be the best quarterback from the 2025 draft class? James Pierce Jr. just going to rapid fire through these last handful of ones. Elite athleticism, the speed is on full display. He's been showing off why the Falcons traded up to go and get him. He's been fairly productive. 2 tackles, a half sack, 1 stop, 8 pressures. I think that he's a player who is due to have a really big game soon. He is 5th in the NFL in QB pressure rate, which is really, really impressive. Now, Malachi Starks, he kind of got thrown into the wolves. I mean, he got absolutely just shoved right into his starting position because Ardarius Washington tore his Achilles back in May. Overall, Malachi Starks has been fine. There hasn't been too many highs, hasn't been too many lows. He's playing solid football, looking still to get his first interception, break up his first pass. But, I think this story of the Ravens defense is they have a lot of quality football players, and I think that he has a great supporting cast around him, so I think that he has a bright future, and Malachi Starks, I believe, is going to be a great safety for the National Football League and for the Baltimore Ravens. Tyleik Williams, he is displaying steady improvement week in and week out since being drafted. And I'm talking all the way back in April. You had since then, you had rookie mini camp, you had regular mini camp, you had OTAs, you had training camp, preseason. Now we're 2 weeks now into week 3 of the regular season. We've seen improvement steadily as a run stopper. He has been filling in nicely because Aleem McNeil, he's recovering from an ACL surgery. So Tyleik Williams has been getting a lot of run. For what it's worth, 2 tackles, 2 pass breakups, 2 stops, and 1 pressure. I'm really, really impressed with Tyleik Williams thus far in Detroit. Now, Josh Connerly, hasn't been great. But I do want to say context matters in this situation because he's gone up against 2 very, very good pass rushes in the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. They are going to be, when it's all said and done, quality units that rank among the top in the pass rush department at the end of the season, in my opinion. He's mostly played at right tackle, has had 1 snap at left tackle. He's given up 9 pressures and 3 sacks versus the Packers. So when you look at the overall production, he had 1 sack and 2 pressures in week 1. But then in week 2, against the Giants. But against the Packers, really, really struggled and gave up a lot more production. Again, the Packers have a great defensive line. He has struggled, but context does matter here. We'll see what happens. Obviously, tough go against 2 quality defensive lines, but we'll see how things progress for him. Maxwell Hairston, he was placed on IR due to a LCL sprain. He did have a designation to return, meaning he will be eligible to be re-signed to the active roster in week 5. He's been out since late July, so obviously we'll see when he gets to the field. Bills are red hot, though, and I do know that they're excited to see him take the field. Jahad Campbell, how in the hell did the National Football League let Howie Roseman and the Eagles get him? Still don't understand it. I think just as NFL fans, collectively, we all got to agree, stop helping the Eagles. None of us like them. None of us like the Eagles. Let's just stop helping them. Yeah, he's been good. Shocker. Jahad Campbell, one of the best linebackers in football last year. He's been really, really good this year. Highest graded rookie in all of the National Football League, according to Pro Football Focus, across all positions. 83.6 overall grade. He's playing edge. He's playing in coverage. He's doing a little bit of everything for Philadelphia. That Eagles defense is solid, and he's a big part of that. 10 tackles, 1 pass breakup. He's already forced a fumble. His production has been really good. 42.4 passer rating allowed when targeted. 83.6 overall grade. 72% or 72.7 run defense grade. 88 coverage grade. I mean, this guy has been really, really good. It's a damn shame that the Eagles continue to hit. Now, Josh Simmons for the 32nd overall selection. He's been good against the pass. He's struggled against the run. He's been the starting left tackle for Kansas City. But overall, the offensive line has not done a good job of protecting Patrick Mahomes. Josh Simmons, you see his Pro Football Focus grades on screen, 0 sacks, 4 pressures allowed, 2 penalties. Definitely needs to clean things up. But in my opinion, the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and they will always find ways to figure it out. So hopefully, Josh Simmons, for you Chiefs Kingdom, can start playing better football. But if you're any of the other 31 fan bases, hopefully he keeps playing bad. Now, or at least starts playing even worse. But good versus the pass, struggled with the run. That's pretty much the tale of Josh Simmons. Now, if you guys want to get more content around the National Football League, funny memes, just things going around the office, or you just want to see what this bearded guy with the ugly mustache has going on, hit me up on social media, X, Instagram, TikTok. I post all day, every day. And like I said, I'm our social media coordinator. So if you want to see what we got going on, I'm always posting our content over on my channel. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We just checked in with all 32 first-round rookies. Hope y'all have a wonderful day and have a great weekend. Happy football.